Yes, I want you to think of this video in the witchcraft, I put a spell on you type of way. Watch the show Charmed if you have to. Watch some of those Halloween movies on Disney with witches and stuff. You know, watch anything with Harry Potter where he's putting a spell on somebody.
Put a spell on you. And now you're mine. You can't stop the things I do. I ain't lying.
To paint that type of picture in your mind. Watch anything with curses and stuff like that. Because when we say we have generational curses, it is like some Harry Potter, some nigga waved a wand on us and put a curse on us. Like, yes, it is kind of like that. So you use that knowledge or use your imagination to gain an understanding of what I'm trying to say, you know. So one of the first ways to start breaking spells is to question everything. Seek and you'll find. And once you have the right answer, the spell will never work on you anymore. So in my video that you can refer to, getting the made up ish out your mind. For example, thinking that your body type is wrong or thinking that there's something wrong with your body is a spell that's on you. You know what I'm saying? So it'll start to make you insecure. And the way to break that spell is to have an understanding that there's nothing wrong with your body, but you have to be open to that. You have to understand that, and there's many ways to do that. You know, I listed it in the video, but that's just a simple way. I don't know if this is going to be a longer video, by the way, but the next way is to try to make sense of the information that's presented. Most time the information doesn't make sense, but because you have been taught not to question things, you know, watch my video on reversing religious programming. You have been taught not to question things. You just go along with it, even though it don't make no fucking sense. You know what I'm saying? So let me use an example for you. Let me tell you the story of the Jamaican Maroons as it is told to us. You know what I'm saying? It's not the real story. It's his story. His story. You know what I'm saying? It is said that, you know, the majority, or damn near like 99%, this is how the information is presented, of the Arawak Taino people of Jamaica was killed. You know what I'm saying? Columbus and the blankets killed more people than crack did. You know what I'm saying? Those some strong blankets. They were killed, murdered, raped, all that stuff. All right. They brought in new people to work the land because apparently the people who already knew about the land, bad idea. You know what I'm saying? We shouldn't just convince them to work the land. We got to find these new people who are from a whole different land and wouldn't be familiar with this and wouldn't know how to work it. Okay, so we go get those people from the Ashanti tribe specifically. These niggas get specific on us. We go get these people from the Ashanti tribe in Ghana and we bring them to Jamaica. You know what I'm saying? And when they bring them to Jamaica, they escape into the mountains, right? They couldn't escape when these niggas was getting captured at home. But when they get to Jamaica, they escape. They fight their way off. They couldn't fight their way off on home turf, but they fighting their way off in a foreign land. You know what I'm saying? And not only are they fighting their way off, they escape to the mountains and find the last living. First of all, how do they find the mountains? Nobody knows. They escape to the mountains and find the last living Tainos. And they intermingle and create a society known as the Maroon Society. How do they start speaking the same language? Nobody knows. You know what I'm saying? Apparently Ashanti and Arawak, you know, they just start doing sign language or something. They just speak the same language and they just intermingle. They start having kids and here we get Maroons. That shit don't make no fucking sense. It don't make no sense how we was beating their ass in Jamaica, but we couldn't beat their ass in Ghana. It don't make no sense how we had an advantage in a foreign country. It don't make no fucking sense. That's why you gotta question things. Because if you question it long enough, you'll get the real answer. And the real answer is that we were the Taino that they're talking about. And when you think of it from that perspective, that it'll start making a lot more sense. And then just in that, you just reverse the spell. And that's just an example of how to do it. You know what I'm saying? Just that long little soliloquy I was just going on, that's an example of how to do it. That's how you reverse a spell right there. That's how you start breaking a spell, all by questioning things and try to make sense of stuff. And not only will that break the spell of the idea of, let's say, your history or the idea of how the world works or something, it will also break the spell of you thinking for yourself. It will break the spell of you stepping outside the box that someone put you in. Now you can go step into your own box or be free and just roam and do whatever the fuck you want to do in your mind. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you need to do so you can get to your purpose, because you're going to have to be thinking for yourself. You're going to have to listen to that inner guidance. And you're cut off from that inner guidance because you were just told to be subject to someone else's opinion. You know what I'm saying? Your opinion don't fucking matter. What you think don't matter. You got to be a part of the herd. You got to be following what your parents say, what the pastor say, what this random person with 50,000 followers, some witch bitch saying online, and you got to be following them. You know what I'm saying? You got to follow everybody but yourself. And this is how you start breaking those spells. Another way is to stop repeated behavior by implementing change. Yes. Change is a major way to break a spell. Spells will have us locked into like repeat, where we just listening to the same song, we wearing the same clothes, we doing the same thing. We're scared to move on, you know what I'm saying? We scared to go into the dark. We scared to have faith. We just, terrified, and when we're scared to make moves. And the way that we break that spell is with change. You know what I'm saying? You just start small. Again, I have a video on that. Watch my video on making changes. These are all spell breakers. You know what I'm saying? And this is simple. This is the intro video. This is the simple stuff. But this will break major spells because we're afraid of change. If you can't change the type of coffee you drink, if you can't change the restaurant you eat at, how you gonna change the people that you date? You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be confused, like, damn, why am I always dating this type of woman? I don't want to, but I keep doing it. Why am I always dating this type of man? Because you haven't changed your damn self. So you keep attracting that type of person based on your energy. You keep manifesting a certain life based on your energy. So you have to change your energy. That's a spell breaker right there. Then another way to break a spell is to discover the root of the spell. I have videos on all of these as well. Get into the root of your problem. Look for that video. There's a reason why you feel insecure. It's unnatural. It's not a natural feeling. There's a reason why you're traumatized. There's a reason why you subconsciously don't do certain things, because you're always trying to protect yourself, whether you realize it or not. There's a reason why you don't put your best foot forward. And the way to break that spell is to get to the root why. You know what I'm saying? It could be something small. It could be something major. And it might not be something you're open to understanding. I've heard people share some crazy stories, and I've seen stuff, and I've been through stuff myself, so I understand. Some of the things that might hit you and be a face of reality might be a lot. It might be like a steel chair shot, like some WWE shit. You know what I'm saying? And it hits you in the face, and it's a lot to deal with because we were living in an illusion. And that illusion put a spell on our mind. And when you get out of that illusion, you see shit for what it was, you can start to break that spell. Sometimes the people, your favorite family member, whatever you thought was a good person, might be horrible. It might be your favorite uncle, and that nigga is a rapey nigga. But you might not be open to seeing that. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of has you as a fucked up person, because his behavior has directly influenced you. You learned how to talk to women and stuff from him. You thinking he being a player, whole time this nigga's a creep. And now you a creep. And you not open to understanding that about your uncle, because that's only going to bring that understanding about yourself. But that spell is on you. You know what I'm saying? And that's just an example right there. And it could be more minor things, and it could be more serious things. But that's just another way of breaking a spell, trying to get to the root of the problem, trying to get to where this came from, who put this doubt on, who introduced doubt into my life. Because when you a kid, you don't be doubting shit. Nobody can tell you you're not about to be a space cowboy, even though that don't make no sense. But when you a kid, but when people start telling you, nigga, that ain't no real job, you got to become a lawyer, you got to get a real job. All of a sudden, they start adding that doubt in your mind. When people start adding fear in your mind, it's like, where did that come from? Who put that there? Who projected that on? When you can get to the root of that, you can nip it in the bud, and you can free yourself from that spell. One of the last things I would say is for this video, just to wrap it up, is to reverse the spell by recognizing what it's supposed to do and make it do the opposite. So we are made to hate ourselves, which in turn makes us hate one another. So if you learn to love one another, like if you learn to love your brother, right? I feel like that's a way of loving yourself, because your brother only a reflection of you. And when I say brother, it could be your physical brother, or it could be your brother. You know what I'm saying? So I start to reprogram myself with the love of niggas and just black people and all that stuff in general. Like, I go back to the 2000s and watch the music videos in the 80s and 90s, and I have to go back because in the music videos today, these people look like androids. So I gotta go back, you know, when people was looking like real people, like they breathe air and walk on 2 feet. You know what I'm saying? So when I go back in those times, I'll be looking at them, like male or female. I do it for both, and I'll be looking at like a Ludacris video and see the way that his braids and stuff is, and seeing the people from the neighborhood and the little kids and the women from the neighborhood and all that. I just be like, look at these beautiful niggas, man. Look at his braids. Those some nice braids. You know what I'm saying? Those look great. Look at her hair. Look at her wig. That's a nice looking wig right there. Her nails, them nails is killing it. And I just fall in love with them. You know what I'm saying? Even in our ignorance, when we doing some dumb shit, I just fall more in love with them. I fall more in love with our images. I fall more in love with what comes to us naturally, because I know that's all a part of falling in love with myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm reversing the programming that's been put in my mind. Like, you know, years of just feeling like I'm just some dirty little nigga from the hood. You know what I'm saying? And all this stuff that we do in the hood, like, and all the stuff that we like to do naturally, just like simple shit like wearing braids and stuff, it makes us less than. You know, I'm reversing that. So I'm finding the beauty of other people doing this type of stuff. You know, I love seeing when women have like straight backs and shit. I don't know why. You know, as we call it, like the jail braids. It's like I just love seeing that shit. I don't know what it is. You know what I'm saying? I just love niggas, man. I don't know what to say. You know what I'm saying? Even when we fucking up. And this is how I reverse having judgment and shit. I don't even see, in my mind, I feel like I was getting programmed to see like a motherfucker eat McDonald's or something and feel like I'm better than them or feel like something's wrong with them. But now it's almost on some shit like, man, that little girl eat McDonald's, but like, that's a princess right there, man. She eat whatever the fuck she want. You know what I'm saying? This is how I'm reversing that spell. I'm telling you some high science shit. It might sound simple, but I'm telling you like how to really reverse this shit. And I just fall in love more with the niggas culture and the things that we like to do. And that just helps me fall in love more with myself personally. You know, it may not work for you like that exactly, but I'm just giving you an example. What's going to work best for you is whatever you come up with. But this is what I came up with. You know what I'm saying? I find that love for y'all, and it helps me find that love for me. You know what I'm saying? One of the things I've been practicing lately is just finding random compliments I can give to people to try to make people feel good. Instead of going around spreading negativity, not to say I was really doing that on purpose, but, you know, I'm just trying something new, you know. Now I'm just trying to make people feel good, just randomly, give them a little compliment on their necklace or something. You know, start reversing these spells that have been put on you in your mind so you can start getting in control of your reality, getting in control of your mind, getting in control of your destiny, and start steering the ship where you want to go. You know, where do you want to go in life? Where do you see yourself? When you get control of your mind, you can start to think and have serious thoughts about that, and then start to put things into action, you know. But this is just part one, you know. Many more parts to this coming. Many more things that I can think of and formulate and lay it out, you know what I'm saying? Starting off with some of these North American stories of slavery and the Revolutionary War and how all this stuff go on. You know, you start to question these things that we've learned in school, that these people share, these like black conscious people share with us. You know, we start to question some of these things, and if you're open to the answer, that will definitely help you change your reality. You know what I'm saying? It don't even have to just be quote unquote woke stuff or reversing school programming and all of that. Well, the real programming that you gotta reverse is the shit from your family. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing. Niggas think they fighting white supremacy. No, you fighting learned behavior. You think you fighting colorism and shit. No, you fighting trauma. You fighting things that you trying to forget that a kid shouldn't have had to remember. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of shit that's going on. And that's the trick right there. And when we divert our energy to all those other things, we take it from us internally, and that's why we don't work on ourselves and our life never improves. You know what I'm saying? So just about to end this video right here. You know, like, comment, subscribe. I hope this helps.